Hi, my name is Frank Schaeffer, and I want to talk a little more about this election that we're facing. And of course, my perspective is a little bit unique because 30-odd years ago, I was being groomed as a nepotistic sidekick to a religious right founder, my father, Francis Schaeffer. And if you Google his name, you'll find that he's credited as one of the people who not only founded the religious right, but really began the Protestant involvement in the anti-abortion movement. And so we were hanging out with people like the Bush family and Jack Kemp, who went on to be a vice presidential candidate with Bob Dole and all the rest of it. And I was in on the formation of this movement that then went on and radicalized the Republican Party by making abortion and other so-called moral family values issues litmus tests for the party. And at a certain point, the party prided itself in being all about these Christian values as they saw them, as opposed to the secular culture. And we were going to bring America back to God. And I got out and I wrote books like Crazy for God, my memoir, and more recently, Why I'm an Atheist Who Believes in God, which, by the way, this Friday, which is the 19th of August, through Sunday, the 21st, will be free on Kindle on Amazon if you'd like to go download it, and please share that information. But the fact of the matter is I saw the rise and fall of religious involvement in politics, which now ends in this disaster of Donald Trump claiming over 73% of so-called evangelical voters who have abandoned everything they said they stood for in order just to try to win and get even, no longer with secular America, but it turns out multicultural, multiracial America. So it all boils down in the end to a white, xenophobic, racist group of people, predominantly males, a lot of them my age, who are no longer trying to take back America for God, but just take it back for white, undereducated, misinformed, fact-free people who are driven by resentment of those around them. And that's the sorry pass this has come to. So I want to say something here that's going to sound a little bit harsh to people, but it's a harshness couched in a desperate situation of looking at this oligarchical strong man, this Putin-like figure being put forward by the Republican Party. It would be one thing if Donald Trump was out there by himself. The sad thing is the number of people who support him. The even sadder thing is the Republican hierarchy who have gone along with this man while denouncing his racism, his xenophobia, his talk about President Obama in a manner which is just off the charts in terms of saying he's the founder of ISIS and so forth. A theme, by the way, that's been picked up by Hezbollah in Lebanon, the arch enemies of Israel, citing Donald Trump saying, well, he has the information and has seen the paperwork. I guess they know he's getting national security briefings now, so they're assuming what he's saying is true. So it feeds the mythology about America that's so destructive, puts our troops at risk, and as the father of someone who was a Marine fighting in Afghanistan, I kind of resent someone who helps spread rumors into the Arabic world about our country that will make the combat our people are in so much more deadly, and will wind up killing Americans. That aside, what I'd like to point out here is that because the leadership of the Republican Party has supported Donald Trump, this election has to be about more than just Trump and his racism and ugliness and xenophobia and homophobia and his anti-woman stance on so many issues. It has to be about crushing the Republican Party for the next generation. In fact, if I was a loyal Republican today, I'd say the best thing that could happen to the Republican Party is not just to lose the White House, but to be crushed in the Senate and the House and in governorships across the country. The whole party has to be given a choice. Do we go down this Donald Trumpian path of xenophobia, hate, and racism? Mythology, fact-free politics, Fox News, talk radio, xenophobia, or do we regroup and think about what we need to do to get back on board with the rest of the country, which is open and tolerant and actually believes facts such as crime is going down and we don't need to all carry guns. Facts such as, yes, unemployment is now at 4.5%, the lowest it's been in 30 or 40 years. Facts such as the stock market is the highest it's been. Facts such as there are great opportunities ahead of us. So the choice is clear, but at the end of the day, The Republican Party is responsible for Donald Trump. They're now trying to paint him as an aberration off to the side somewhere that came from nowhere. And oh, how did we get this guy? You created him, and you must be punished. And the American people have to utterly repudiate the Republicans by not voting for third-party candidates, but crushing Donald Trump by voting for Hillary Clinton, who, by the way, I think will be a very good president. So this election is about more than repudiating Trump. It is about repudiating the direction of the Republican Party that came from things that I was involved with back 30 or 40 years ago, as the Republican Party became the party of the intolerant religious right, and now simply has become the party of intolerance per se, not particularly religious, just right-wing, xenophobic intolerance, and we need to send them back to the Stone Age where they belong. Thanks. My name's Frank Schaeffer.